Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 2 of my Team career mode, and we're here today at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and now we'll have a look at how the grid looks.
Let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Ocon, Stroll, and Sergio Perez. Norris, Hamilton, they've taken a grid penalty. Daniel Kvyat and Gasly, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, and Roman Grosjean. Russell, Joe, the Rainmaster, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
And so it's a P21 start for today's race, starting behind our teammate and Russell as well. However, we've had a decent start, already getting past the Williams car as we head down into turn 1 here, and it's very congested at the start, and Raikkonen diving up the inside there as we see, but we are able to take an opportunity around the outside and go up into what is P14 as Raikkonen retakes the position away from us. But we're going to take a look on board with Raikkonen from the start here, heading towards the first corner, and that is contact with the AlphaTauri car, and that is wing damage for Kimi Raikkonen, but he has made up quite a few positions, but he is now going to be under pressure from our car heading on to the second lap and into the first corner. So can we make the move stick on this damaged Alfa Romeo car here as we go up the inside, and can we make the move stick here? And yes, we can indeed do so. And now it's going to be Danny Kvyat who is now on the back of Raikkonen's car here, heading down the main straight here, and now they are side by side here as they head into the first corner. And can the AlphaTauri car get ahead of the Alfa Romeo car? And yes, indeed so. But now it's going to be Lance Stroll, and now he's on the back of the McLaren car of Lando Norris here, and will he be able to make the move up the inside? And they are now going to be side by side, and who's going to come out on top between these two drivers as Norris looks to fight back, but is it going to be enough as they head towards turn 4 here? And it looks like Stroll has got the advantage here as he now takes the position here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton, and now he is on the back of Lando Norris here as well, and heading towards the final sector here. Up the inside he goes, and is that going to be a move which is completed by Lewis Hamilton here? And yes, it indeed is going to be so. But now it's going to be Carlos Sainz we go on board with here, and now he's going to have the DRS here on the Renault car here of Esteban Ocon going into the first corner, and he's got the inside line as well and the advantage as the Spaniard now takes the position here. But now it's going to be on to the start of lap 5 here, and now we're under pressure from Daniel Kvyat as we try and defend from him, but it's not quite going to be enough as he takes the position away from us. But now it's going to be Pierre Gasly to try and overtake Raikkonen now. Down the main straight they go, and it's going to be another position lost for Raikkonen here, and the positions are absolutely tumbling down for the Finnish driver. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton on the back of Lance Stroll here, and now they are side by side heading into the first corner, and Hamilton takes the position as Stroll didn't have much of an answer to that there. But now it's going to be Kevin Magnussen now on the back of Kimi Raikkonen here as he makes the move and completes the move before turn 1 here. And now there's a long train of drivers behind now, but now it's going to be on board with Lando Norris here, who is now on the back of the Racing Point of Lance Stroll here as they are now side by side into the first corner. And can Norris take the position? And yes, he indeed does so. But now it's going to be Giovinazzi on the back of his teammate here, down towards the final corner here. Side by side they go, and surely Raikkonen should let his teammate past here as he still has that damage, remember, but it's still going to be side by side here with the two Alfa Romeo cars. But it looks like Giovinazzi will just about be ahead here, and will Raikkonen be under pressure from anyone else at this moment? Not quite, but it is going to be George Russell on the next lap with some DRS on the Alfa Romeo car. He goes up the inside into the first corner here, and can he make this move stick, or will Raikkonen have an answer? And no, he does not, and that is another position dropped for Raikkonen. Meanwhile, it's Sebastian Vettel on the back of Pierre Gasly here, and the Ferrari driver having already made his first pit stop and has gone on to another set of soft compound tyres, meaning that he's going to have to come in for another pit stop here. And now Pierre Gasly has got Max Verstappen for company here, who makes an overtake on him as Vettel does that to our car, as meanwhile it's Leclerc coming out of the pit lane as we go around the outside of the Monegasque driver, as now Verstappen takes away the position from Gasly here, and all action here as now Leclerc has overtaken us as well, heading towards turn 4. But now it's going to be Daniel Ricciardo to come out of the pit lane, and there's an absolute cluster of cars here. And where is Ricciardo going to come out in all of this, as he's now side by side with the Williams car of Latifi, and he gets ahead of him. And now it's Ricciardo in the slipstream of Grosjean here, and is he going to make a move up the inside? No, he is not, but it's going to be Guan Yu Zhou to go side by side with Latifi here, and it is Latifi, the Williams driver, who will take the position away from Zhou. And it's also going to be Lewis Hamilton to also do that as well, and put Zhou down another position as well here. But now it's going to be on to the start of lap 10 here, and we are under pressure from Verstappen here as he makes a move on us, and that'll put us into P8 for the moment. But we have not made a pit stop yet, so we will fall down a wee bit of the order. But it's going to be Lewis Hamilton side by side with the Haas of Romain Grosjean here, and Hamilton making the move stick there, and Grosjean with no answer to that, heading into the first corner here. And now it's on to lap 11 here, and now we are going to be under pressure from Pierre Gasly, who has made the move up the inside of us into turn 4 here. And now it's going to be Carlos Sainz, and he is now on the back of Kevin Magnussen here, heading down into the first corner. And who is going to come out on top between the two drivers? And it looks like it's going to be Carlos Sainz who makes the move stick, but now on board with Esteban Ocon, as it's Ricciardo making a move on the Alfa Romeo car. And can Ocon do so as well here, heading down into the first corner? And yes, he indeed does do so, and gets back behind his teammate Ricciardo. And now on to lap 12 here, and now we are under pressure here from Alex Albon as he makes the move upper inside into the penultimate corner. And that's been a very opportunistic move from Alex Albon there, as we got on to the end of the lap here. And now we're going to be under pressure from Carlos Sainz, as well as we're going to box at the end of this lap as we try and get into the slipstream of Sainz, and then he is able to try and go up the inside of Albon here, side by side between the Red Bull and the McLaren cars here. And Sainz has got ahead of Albon here, and can we maybe get some DRS and slipstream and go around the outside of Albon here? Not what the Red Bull driver is going to need, but he's going to be able to defend from us in turn 4 here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton overtaking the Williams car of George Russell here down the main straight, and that's going to be Ocon and Ricciardo trying to do so as well into the first corner. But Ocon is not quite able to make the move on Russell here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton once again here, now this time on the back of Kevin Magnussen here. Side by side they go down the main straight here, and Lewis Hamilton will have the advantage into the first corner, as that's Lando Norris coming out of the pit lane going side by side with Magnussen, but he's not quite able to get ahead of the Haas driver, as now we come into the pit lane and to go on to a set of hard compound tyres here. And now it's going to be Alex Albon on the back of Carlos Sainz here, as they now go side by side heading in to the first corner. And will Albon be able to dispatch of the McLaren car this time? And yes, he indeed is. And now it's on to Ricciardo, who is now on the back of Giovinazzi's Alfa Romeo car heading into the first corner. And is he going to be able to make the move stick? And yes, he is able to do so here. But now it's going to be Valtteri Bottas to come out of the pit lane and is he going to be able to keep the lead here ahead of Sebastian Vettel? And yes, he just about is able to do so. And now it's on to the start of lap 19, and we're going to be under pressure from Ricciardo, who overtakes us here down the main straight and heading towards turn 1 here, and we just have no answer to that of Ricciardo's overtake there. But now it's going to be Carlos Sainz, and now he is on the back of Danny Kvyat's AlphaTauri car, and is Sainz going to be able to make the move stick here? And yes, he indeed is so. And now on to the start of lap 20, and we're going to be under pressure again, and this time from Giovinazzi's Alfa Romeo car, who we defend from but is able to go around our right side here. And now later on to the lap here, and that is Pierre Gasly, who looks to be out of this race, and there's the confirmation, and that has also brought out the virtual safety car as well here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton, and he is now right on the back of Danny Kvyat here, and will Hamilton be able to go up the inside of the AlphaTauri car here? And it looks like he has got the advantage, and now he has made the move stick. And now on to the start of lap 22 here, as we are under pressure from Lance Stroll here, as he makes the move on us here, and there's just no answers from us to try and get back past Stroll there. And now on to the end of the lap now, and we're going to be under pressure once again, and this time it's from Esteban Ocon, who overtakes us with the DRS as well, as we try to get back into the slipstream, but it's just such an easy overtake from the Renault driver there on us. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton, who is now on the back of the McLaren car of Carlos Sainz, and he has made the move stick here, heading towards turn 1, and that's another position gained for Lewis Hamilton there. But now it's going to be Lance Stroll, and now he's on the back of Antonio Giovinazzi here, and they are now side by side as they head down the main straight and towards turn 1 as well. And it looks like Stroll has got the advantage and gets ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver here. But now it's going to be Alex Albon, and now he is on the back of Sergio Perez's Racing Point car here, and they now go side by side, and it looks like Albon will get ahead of Sergio Perez here and to make the move stick as well here. And now it's going to be Esteban Ocon, and now he is on the back of Antonio Giovinazzi here as they go towards down the main straight here, and now side by side, and now it's Ocon who is ahead of the Alfa Romeo car here, and quite a simple move as well from the Renault driver here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton, and now he is caught up to the back of Sergio Perez here as they go side by side down the main straight here. And now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton with the advantage down towards turn 1 here, and he will make the move stick as well here. And now it's going to be Alex Albon once more here, and now he's caught up to the back of Lando Norris's McLaren car. Side by side they go here down the main straight, and will it be another overtake here for Albon? And yes, it indeed will be, as he takes another position here. And so now on to the penultimate lap of this race, and it's Danny Kvyat who is also out of this race, making it both AlphaTauri cars retiring from this race. Not what they would have wanted at all, as we now go on board with Lando Norris, and it's Lewis Hamilton closing up and going for an overtake on Lando Norris here, and a little bit of contact between the two drivers, but it's Hamilton who will take the position, and it's Bottas who has won this race as we now come across the line, and it's going to be a P14 finish for us in this Bahrain Grand Prix.
Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
And so it's Valtteri Bottas who has won this Bahrain Grand Prix, with Sebastian Vettel in second place, and so it's Max Verstappen in third place to make it 3 different teams on the podium here. And in the championship it is Sebastian Vettel who leads the way, and then it's Bottas only 2 points behind him, and then Leclerc a further 10 points behind Bottas. But if you have enjoyed the video, then do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2020. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.